Donald Trump just wrapped up one of the most embarrassing Oval Office press conferences I've ever seen, and Wall Street is reacting exactly how you'd expect. The markets are crashing. The Nasdaq alone dropped over 800 points, a 3.5% nosedive, and the after-hours trading also in freefall, because Trump decided, completely out of nowhere, to slap another 100% tariff on China. It's economic suicide, and the market knows it. Xi Jinping completely outplayed him.
We have, at this moment, I think we just cracked $18 trillion in commitments and investments in our country. As an example, the last administration was far less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We're at plus $18 trillion for 8 months. There's never been anything like it in history, in any country, anywhere in the world. So
he actually said that the U.S. just hit $18 trillion in new investments. Okay, then why are the markets bleeding out? Why is every sector red? You don't break records and crash the economy at the same time. But Trump's logic is simple. Just say whatever sounds big and hope no one checks the math. Then he drifts into his next hallucination, claiming prescription drug prices are dropping 100%, 600%, 1,000%.
And we actually did, and I was so proud of myself. We called a news conference. I announced it. It was 1/8 of 1%. 1/8 of 1%. Now drug prices are going to be going down 100%, 400%, 600%, 1,000% in some cases. But for 1/8 of a cent, Bobby, think of that. I was so proud because for 28 years, nobody had done it. And now it's, I think back to that, I said I shouldn't have had that news conference. But it's just true. I was the only one that did it, but it was not very much. And now we're going to get, in some cases, 1,000% reduction. This is going to have a huge impact on everything from Social Security to Medicare to Medicaid, anything where they're buying any prescription drugs. Is going to have an incredible impact. It's going to lower itself greatly.
If drug prices dropped 1,000%, the companies would literally be paying us to take the medicine. He just strings together random numbers like a guy selling miracle pills on late-night TV. Then it gets darker. Trump says he's now laying off Democrat-oriented federal workers because of the shutdown, openly admitting he's targeting people based on politics. He's literally firing civil servants during a government shutdown because they're not loyal to him. In a normal country, this would be impeachment territory. In Trump's America, it's just another Tuesday.
Mr. President, Russell Vogt said the reductions in force have begun related to this shutdown. How many layoffs have you authorized for this first round, and from which agencies?
And it will be Democrat-oriented because we figure, they started this thing, so they should be Democrat-oriented. It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days, but it'll be a lot of people, all because of the Democrats. I mean, they want to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into the country illegally. More important than that, because we all have a big heart. We want people to be taken care of. But, we have 0 people coming in. You know that, Glenn, right? That's a pretty impressive number, even for a successful governor. But we've had for the last 4 months, 0 people coming in illegally. They're coming in, but they're coming in legally. They're coming in through a process that's really a really good process right now, because we want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. So what we're doing is, as these different groups come due, we're going to make a determination. Do we want them or not? And I must tell you, a lot of them happen to be Democrat-oriented. These are people that the Democrats wanted that in many cases were not appropriate. We fought them at the time, and it was ultimately signed in. And some of these people, these are largely people that the Democrats want. Many of them will be fired. Yes, please, behind.
Then he gets pressed about his meeting with Xi Jinping, the same guy he just slapped tariffs on. And suddenly Trump's backpedaling. He says, "No, I haven't canceled it, but I don't know if we're having it." This man's foreign policy is like a drunk guy texting his ex. All impulse, 0 plan.
So,
I want to ask you about China, if I could. Just want to confirm, have you canceled your meeting with President Xi? And
no, I haven't canceled, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But, they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do. And it was shocking. I can tell you, Howard and I and Todd, we all, Scott, we were all speaking about it before. And we said, where did that come from? It was just, That was out of the blue, right? Out of the blue, they came up with this whole import-export concept, and nobody knew anything about it.
Next, he claims he ended 8 wars. Not peace agreements, not negotiations. Transactions. He lists random conflicts like he's reading from a Wikipedia tab he left open too long. Congo, India, Pakistan, and says he ended them all through trade. Nobody in the room believes him, not even his own team. It's the same delusional self-mythologizing we've seen for years. A man so desperate to look strong that he just invents accomplishments from thin air.
I made 8 deals, transactions of wars. One was 31 years going on. 10 million people were killed. One was 34 years. One was 36, 37. One was 10. One was just starting. 2 were just starting, actually, but they were well on their way. In the case of India and Pakistan, 7 planes were shot down. It was a bad one. And I did it largely through trade. I mean, that one, numerous of them. I talked tariffs. I said, look, if you're going to do that, we're going to put very big tariffs on your country. And they were both great. They stopped fighting, and there were 2 nuclear powers. So, they're all big. They're every one of them big. You take a look at the Congo. You take a look at the Congo and Rwanda. 10 million people killed over a long period of time. Got that one solved. We did a total of 8 as of this 2 days ago. I would have said 7, which I did say, but the other one was signed up, sealed. As you know, Israel signed it just now. They signed it and they approved it today, their parliament. And it's a great honor to be involved with so many.
And then, out of nowhere, he attacks Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, calling him incompetent and saying he was thrown out of his family business. Really, Donald? You of all people are talking about failed businessmen? You inherited millions, bankrupted casinos, and got bailed out by NBC pretending you were successful on The Apprentice.
And the governor's an incompetent guy. He's a guy that was thrown out of his family business like a dog. And I know his family very well. And now he's a governor. And when I watch him trying to say that it's okay, we have crime under control, I lost 4,000 people over a very short period of time.
Then he cheers on ICE agents, arresting people inside courthouses, people showing up for hearings. That's not law and order, that's intimidation. That's the stuff dictators do when they want to scare entire communities into silence.
Thank you, Keith.
Mr. President, on China.
Yeah, please.
On immigration, ICE are making arrests, target arrests at courthouses in New York City and around the country.
They're arresting criminals, that's right. Yeah, go ahead. I'm happy about it. I want them to arrest criminals. And if you take a look at D.C.
Then he paints this fantasy version of Portland, like it's an active war zone. He says stores are burning, plywood everywhere, fires all over the place. It's just made up. None of that is real, but it's all part of his push to justify martial law, to make the Insurrection Act sound reasonable.
And then he gets up and talks about how it's not a problem. Or Portland, Oregon. I mean, every time I look at that place, the place is burning down. There's fires all over the place. When a store owner, there are very few of them left, but when a store owner rebuilds a store, they build it out of plywood, and they don't put up storefronts anymore. They just put wood up because they know it's going to be ripped down. And then I hear how wonderful it is. It's not wonderful. It's a disaster.